live, so it says. Not really on long, just, I'm still here, so just letting people know. The confirmation. Nothing is as it seems, and we've lived in this matrix, fake, reality, whatever. Remember, the thrill of the chase and life, not too different. Searching for something in life and searching for something in the thrill of the chase, and all the time you're doing it, nothing is as it seems, and you are basically fighting a losing battle if you do believe that what you're seeing is the truth. And that's crazy because it shouldn't be like that. So I've just tagged in, building 7 just to give some sort of understanding of BS that people are allowed to give us, and we have to accept it. And if you don't know what Building 7 is, it's, the World Trade Center, the building that collapsed, apparently because of the fire that wasn't even there then, or, hadn't been there. Hi, NFJ, how are you? Doing well, thank you very much. I hope you are. So we're meant to believe that this building collapsed because of the fire and the tremendous weight of the building on top or whatever, and the crumbling of the structure, which is all bullshit, and anybody who looks into it will know that it's bullshit. Which, again, so what is the truth? Remember, this is what life is. The thrill of the chase is basically teaching you that nothing is as it seems. And if you believe everything that's put in front of you, you're screwed. You're never going to find the truth if you believe everything that's in front of you. So right in front of us, we have these people telling us that this building collapsed because of the fire, because of the tremendous strain, because of all this bullshit. When in reality, there were 2 explosions that were heard. It was a controlled detonation, and that's what brought it down. And there are 4 probable entities, not businesses, agencies, whatever you want to call them, that could have had the motive and the ability to do that, which is basically destroy any evidence that they've got about what's going to happen. Or it could be any of the other buildings that are in there, the companies that are in there. So it's obvious with the 2 detonations, with the structure of the metals, with how it happened, like the speed of it, like when a building crumbles because of fatigue, there's a slow, gradual, the weight falls on, the weight falls on, the weight falls on, stuff burns away, then more stuff falls, as opposed to a detonation of the base, allowing that to crumble and then everything to fall in on top of it. And I'm not an expert, but you can just look at it and go, hang on a minute, buildings don't fall like that, not in that scenario. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So how did it happen? And you have these aluminium planes that, aren't really heavy. I mean, they're heavy, but they're not, when you consider what the building's supposed to hold, how it's supposed to stand up to stuff, the other buildings, not Building 7. You have to wonder, hang on a minute, why are people lying? Like, why, not just why are they lying, but why are they getting away with lying? the people that are supposed to be looking after us, why they're lying to us, killing us, or you, or whoever it is, wherever the countries that are involved are, killing people and then blaming other people for everything that's going on, apart from greed, oil, blah, 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 whatever, land, whatever it is. Well, how are they? I don't know how they're getting away with it, but why are people just accepting just flat out bullshit? It didn't happen the way that they said it happened, which means they're covering something up. So why are they covering something up? The thrill of the chase didn't happen the way that it's said to have happened, which means they're covering something up. So why are they covering something up? Like, what is the truth behind it all? I mean, I know the truth behind it all because I've been told the truth behind it all. What I'm saying is, if you just keep accepting the BS that's put in front of you as the truth, you will never, ever, ever know the truth, ever. Even if there's only one little bit of information that doesn't make sense, then you need to cap it off, explain it, understand it, and then move on to something else. You can't just go, oh yeah, it doesn't make sense, but hey ho, whatever. Now, all around the world, there are Building 7. There are instances where things have happened not for the reason that we are told, merely to allow people basically to line their pockets or to have control. That's all it's about. And all of those people will be judged now for those things that they did. May have already been judged. All I want is for people to get on with each other. That's all I want. Even if you don't love people, even if you don't love everyone, it doesn't matter. Just don't hate nobody. Don't fight with anybody. Religion is nothing to fight over. Absolutely isn't. It's nothing to fight over. And Islam and all of those religions will all be found out for what they are. That's not anything to do with God. Bear that in mind. Nothing to do with God. Religion is to do with God. But what I'm saying is, if you get rid of religion, if you get rid of all religion, God, mum, dad, they're still there. They still exist. Don't need religion to exist. They're there. They will always be there. They don't need religion to exist. So you get rid of all religion and God still exists. So why do you need religion? Why do you need people to fight each other? Like, if God had a massively amazing, wonderful aha moment that says, I'm going to create Earth and I'm going to put people on that Earth, and then I'm going to make up lots of different religions and have them killing each other. Or they're going to be fighting over different land, different cities or whatever. That's what I'm going to do. It's like, no, that's just stupid. Like, to even want to hurt somebody else and blame God, being the reason behind it, that's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So, take away all religion, all away. Doesn't matter whether there's a right one or a wrong one. It doesn't matter. Well, a right one and a wrong, 300,000 or however many religions there are. It doesn't matter. Take them all away and just believe in the one God, who, I'm pretty certain, all the religions will agree Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Those sort of things. Job done. Love thy neighbour to an extent. Those sort of things. I'm sure everyone would agree with that. And you don't have to give God a name. Don't have to. Just call him God. And agree that a merciful God exists and wants everyone to be happy. That's it. Which is basically what I want. Now, anyone that knows me knows I never talked about God. 5 years ago, I would never even have mentioned God. But 5 years ago, pretty much to the day, actually, I hope you all had a great 4th of July and you're all safe. Although I know some people aren't, but all those that are enjoying 4th of July. Pretty much this time, 5 years ago, I was starting to put out videos about the truth, about everything being black and white, light and dark. Because there were people who weren't. There were people who were just dark. And the reason I came out is because people were threatening everybody. Or threatening people. People threatening each other. And even if somebody's doing bad things, that's up to them. Or up to the police. Or up to God. Like, you're not supposed to be judging. It's not supposed to be your issue. Karma will sort itself out, which it's doing now. You've had 5 years to get your shit together. To do the right thing. 5 years. To get to the point where people are jealous and envious of giving up what they've had for however many years, the last 5 years or way before, doesn't matter. But they're angry, jealous, and envious that they have to give up what's not theirs. And it's somebody else's fault that their life's turned into shit. That's crazy. It's not yours. It never was yours. You took it and made it yours, but it still wasn't yours. And now you're pissed that the real owner wants it back. And you're blaming the real owner because you're getting karma for doing something bad. I don't get it. I do get it. I know why you've done it. But it's like you've had an opportunity to avoid all of it. Literally. Been told, warned, whatever, however you want to take it, whatever narcissistic way you want to imagine it. Please give back what you stole. You'll be better off if you give back what you stole. Nope. It's mine. I want to keep it. No, it's not. It's not yours. It's not yours. You can't keep it. It's not yours. Give it back or else. Nope. It's mine. I want to keep it. No, seriously, if you don't give it back, bad things are going to happen to you. Oh, well, if bad things are going to happen to me, I'm going to sort you out. What? It's not yours. It never was yours. You should have given it up while you had the chance. So you wait till the last moment, and now you're bitching and moaning that your life ain't too good. Already been told, speak to the person that you're actually fighting, because that's whose it is. That's who you're stealing from. Listen, everything, every single thing on this planet belongs to God, whether you like it or not. It belongs to God. Mum and dad belongs to them. In fact, we were told to go out into nature. Mother Gaia, we were told, go out into nature. You're destroying her planet, God's planet, however you want to look at it. And you're saying that you own it. That bit of land, you own. You don't own that. You don't own the gold. You don't own shit. And do you know how I know? We just took it back off you. You don't have it anymore. It never belonged to you, and you can't keep it. You see how simple that is? After being asked, warned, told, threatened, if you want to call it threatened, you still carried on. And there are people that want to come up and say the truth of everything, but they don't know how to approach. It doesn't matter if it's me or, one of the 140,000, but don't know how to approach the person that they've wronged. Please listen. Your mindset is different than us, than these people that you hurt, these people that you shat on, trod on, victimized, brutalized, whatever it is, however you did, whatever you did. We don't think like you. You should not fear us unless you don't come correctly. Because we were forged in the fire. We know the dark. We know the light. Now, I'm not preaching to anyone. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. God exists. I don't have to beg you to believe in him. It's not my job to beg you to believe in him. I don't care. He will absolutely do a very good job of proving to everybody that God exists. It's coming. He will do a very good job of proving that God exists. All of this is divine timing, remember? All of this was already written, remember? And all of this is going to happen the way that it's supposed to be. Warned in the thrill of the chase, can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to be? Go to Revelations. Go to the scriptures. Do whatever you want to do. All the bullshit that's out there, and try and work out what the truth is. And the truth is, God is going to let you all know that he exists, just like he let me know he exists. Can't deny it. Once his hand comes down, that higher hand that wrote whatever it did, once that higher hand comes down, there's no denying that there is a powerful being, God, whatever you want to call it, source, universe, aliens, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't matter to me. And it makes me laugh that people think that it should. And it makes me laugh that people think that they can get in the way of whatever's supposed to happen. It's already written. Don't know how many times I can say it. You're just in a film. It's playing out. You're doing your role. And you will get to the point when the film finishes. And then there will be another film. And it'll be Creation 2, whatever. Or the continuation of Genesis. Or whatever bullshit the Matrix people want to give it. But it's just a new earth. You can call it the Great Reset. You can call it the New World Order. You can call it any kind of bullshit you want. It doesn't matter. It is going to happen. And people are going to see that there is a power. When I say power, I mean power that people can't comprehend. They can't. Have no idea. And this power I'm talking about, this power of creation, said others will come and do more wondrous things. Listen, please, for fuck's sake, listen. Oh, I've forgotten his name now. Not Carl, Linford Christie. 10 seconds, 100 meters. Roger Bannister, 4-minute mile. Whatever those things are that you think, that's impossible. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. And somebody does it. And you're like, wow, somebody did it. And then somebody does it quicker. Somebody does it quicker. Like, you were already stunned that somebody did it in the first place, but now somebody's gone better than that. And then somebody went better than that. And then somebody went better than that. Well, that's what God's telling us. That the amazing things that he did, they did, mum and dad, the amazing things that were done, however you want to believe it, I don't care. The amazing things that were done, maybe, who or whatever they created is going to grow up to be just like them. Not only just like them, stronger than them, better than them. Just think about that. Because when you come against that, and you come incorrect, you may only get that one chance. Now, I know people want to come out and they want to tell the truth. Already known, the truth is already known. But it would be nice, it would have been nice to hear the truth 5 years ago. It would have been nice to hear it 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months ago, Christmas time, Halloween. It would have been nice to know those things then, even though they're already known. But it would have been nice for somebody to say it. Now, please listen. I have no grudges against anyone. I don't care. Because I don't need to judge anyone. I don't know how many times I can say it. Don't forgive anyone. Don't forgive anyone. Not just for me, but for all the other people. And when I say the other people, I don't mean 144,000. I mean all the other people. I mean the fucking children. I mean them fucking women. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. And you know damn well what I mean. Especially on that boat. And you thought you were something. And you thought you were something. You were never going to get found out. But you got found out. And you are nothing. So, this person that you need to come correct to, any one of those people around the world that you have brutalized, or that you have taken family or friends away from them, all of those people, you need to do something very special to get back, not only in their books, but in God's books. Now, I show you that I'm mad because, yes, I am mad. Not in me, just for this moment, to tell you that I am mad. And if you want to find out what my dark side is like and what can happen when I am mad, then come to me incorrect. And by that I mean, try offering me that crap deal and see what happens. Reading the small print. You should know by now, I might look stupid, but I'm not stupid. You should know by now that everything that you say and do is already known. Because I've said it, over and over. You should know those things. You should know all of your plans are already known. You should know. I don't care. If you want to come to me and be my friend, fine. Don't expect me to go to bed with you. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. Don't expect me to trust you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Don't expect to be sitting at the banquet table. It's not going to happen. Do you know why it's not going to happen? God doesn't want it to happen. Do you know why there will still be people that are homeless? Because God is teaching people a lesson. And that's how it works. In order to get better, in order to have a better life, learn the fucking lesson. Stop bitching, stop moaning, learn the lesson. The first lesson is, as I've said 100 times, know thyself. Admit that you're an evil piece of shit. And it's not always everybody else's fault. It's your fault. What's happening to you is your fault. What's happening to me is my fault. I allowed it to happen. I can't blame you. I allowed it to happen until I didn't. See how that works? I allowed it to happen until I didn't. You, whoever it is that you're against, whoever you are brutalizing, whoever you are doing these bad things to, you made them stronger. You've only yourself to blame. Everything that they want back, which is basically peace of mind and their financial stability that they would have had if you didn't take it from them. Their health, their wealth, their well-being, all of those things you took, they want it back. That's it. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not their fault they want it back. It's your fault that they have to take it back. Because you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't have it. It's not their fault for taking it back. It's your fault that they have to take it back. Listen, this will help. Now that they are taking it back, their lives will improve. Your lives will get worse. But you can learn from everything that they did to get to where they are. Everything that they went through to get to where they are, and you know exactly what they went through, what I went through. And you know that it's possible. To not be, not being funny, because I was doing it. I was doing it too. Because that victim mentality ain't going to help you. Ain't going to help you. Where you are is because of you. Where I was because of me. What I allowed to happen to me was because of me. I lived a life that I didn't want to live, so I can live the life that I do want to live. And now, all around the world, the elites, Masons, whatever, celebrities, all these nasty people, they might not even be nasty, they might have just been misled or whatever it is, I don't care. Don't care. You can put whatever label you want on it, I don't care. I'm trying to explain, going forward, if you want some sort of life, some semblance of life, you need to listen. Basically what the full of the chase was. You need to listen, not to the BS. Not to the BS, to the truth. And I'm telling you the truth. If you want a better life, then work with the truth. If you want to stay in the matrix, then keep listening to the BS, the fake news. That news that gets you so fearful about everything that's happening in the world. Do your own research. Don't believe everything you hear on the fake news. It's bullshit. It's just to get you wondering, scared, taking loads of booster shots and God knows what else when you don't need to. They target specific people. Do you know how I know? Do you know how I know? Because they're so fucking scared that they might end up dead. And they wouldn't want that. They wouldn't want that. They wouldn't want that. They were all running around without a mask, telling everybody to wear a mask. Does that sound like, listen, does that sound like somebody who has all the information about how terrible this is, has all the information about how terrible it is and how deadly it is and how fearful you must be to then go around and not wear a mask? And yet, everyone that sees it, shouting and screaming, they're not wearing a mask, they're not wearing a mask. Because they know they don't have to. What are you shouting and screaming for? You should just be saying, hang on a minute, it can't be that bad, they're not wearing a mask. What are you shouting and screaming for? It can't be that bad, they're not wearing a mask. They're the people that have all the information here. They've got pieces of paper this big, flicking through all these sheets of paper about how terrible it is and how many things it's going to do. And yet they walk out and they have parties and they don't have a mask. And the only people scared are the millions of people all around the world. And the people in government all around the world, they're not scared. They're not scared. And they wear a mask because they're told to wear a mask to make it look good. They don't wear a mask because they're scared like everybody else. That should tell you something. It's like you shouldn't get angry that they're not wearing a mask. You should say, hang on a minute, it can't be that bad. They've got all this information that says how deadly this thing is, and they're out partying and they don't have a mask. So you live with the BS in the matrix, or you say, stuff the BS, not interested, it's bullshit. And they come up with all these fake news stories and all these wars and everything else. I'm not saying the wars are fake, but I'm saying it's all set up to stress you out. They're not stressed. They don't give a shit. But listen, if I was running a country, and the people that I was supposed to protect were dying, I'd be a little more stressed than what I'm seeing from Putin and, Zelensky. Excuse me, confirmation. I'd be a little bit more stressed than they are. I wouldn't be flying around the world. I wouldn't be threatening everybody under the sun. NATO this, blah, blah, that. I'd be trying to talk to the other person to find out what is the best way to resolve this. And nobody seems to care. There's a whole world of so many countries and nobody seems to care. Except for how much money can we put into it? What will you give us to keep this war going? What? That's not the conversation you should be having. The conversation that should be had is, We're not going to give you Russia, you don't get any of this stuff. Ukraine, you don't get any of this stuff. And you live by whatever you have to feed yourselves, etc., 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 until you stop fighting. Not, well, we'll give you so many tanks and so many flipping planes and so many rockets. What? Are you crazy? No, we're going to put an embargo around your flipping countries. Nothing in, nothing out. That's it. Until you two see sense. And then when you see sense and you stop fighting with each other, then we'll let stuff in and let stuff out. There is not one person that should die because two idiots can't agree about some fucking land which doesn't belong to them. It's not theirs. I do, and I'm sorry. I don't know what that was for. Hey, Fendi. High imagination of innocence. I would rather not go that route. How can we connect this? I understand, and apologies not enough. What can you don't need to do anything. Listen, I don't want nothing from nobody. I really don't. God is going to look after me, and God is going to look after you if you do the right things and if you ask in the right way. That's it. That's it. That's all I want. I want everyone to get on with each other. I don't want people dying over silly bits of land or money or whatever else it is. I don't want children trafficked. I don't want women trafficked. I don't want all of the stuff that's going on. I don't want people in their houses being kicked out. I don't want banks to make themselves richer by other people suffering. All the shit that's going on in the world, I don't want the shit going on in the world. And I don't want the BS. I just want people to get along. That's it. If they don't want to love someone, fine. You don't have to love anyone, but don't hate anyone and don't screw anyone over. That's it. That's it. Happy days. Job done. And you don't even have to believe in God. But I can assure you now that when the things happen that are going to happen, you'll believe. Because that's what's happened. If history has taught us anything, if there's anything that we can believe, is that there comes a time when mum and dad say, hold on a minute, you've gone too far. Especially that, oh God, I forgot his name. Mr. Who knows who he is anyway. The evil person that was, standing in for the devil, that said, hey God, leave me some of my men so as I can tempt people, blah, 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 however that went, 10% or whatever it is. Mr. I can't remember his name. It's not worth it. Who are you writing to? Maybe I have someone blocked. I thought I was blocked. Probably should not be commenting. I am nothing more than an anomaly. And I say that. Oh, you're not even blue. Why are you not blue? Everybody else is blue. Let's get Mr. IOI or Mrs. or Miss. You're blue now. Did you get jabbed, Mario? I am so sorry. I sure hope you did not. I had to get jabbed, not because I want to get jabbed, but because my family was so stressed over COVID and everything. They threatened that I couldn't see the kids if I wasn't jabbed. A bit like the government threatened that you can't do this and you can't be in the army or the air force or whatever if you don't have a jab. So basically I was in that position where you have to do it, otherwise you can't see the kids. So yes, I did. I had to. Not that, it did anything to me, to be fair, but there you go. Is there a time when you will just come out and say what and who you're talking about? I agree with you, but I can't. The when. I have told. In 2021, I gave somebody information. They took that information and ran with it. And that is a divine plan to restart creation, have a new human. We are going to change. It's just that's the way it is. And in order for me to be the different person that I am now, I had to go through that. But it's mine. It's mine. Why can't I just have it now? It's like you're not ready. You're not ready to have it now. Like what you've got to do and say and blah blah blah. You have to get upgraded. You have to, see the light, as it were, and all those things. So yeah, there were times when people were supposed to come forward and do things and they didn't, and there were times when people did bad things and they shouldn't have, and now they're not doing too well. But not just in the chase. I'm talking about the whole world. I'm talking about a president of the United States of America, not this one, or presidents of the United States of America. I'm talking about evil people that have done evil things, that have been in charge. I'm talking about people in different countries, as I've just spoke about too, that are allowing things to happen that shouldn't happen. Not just other countries, this country as well. Stuff going down that shouldn't be going down, just to keep an agenda going, which is the conquering of the human race. What's it called? Crimes against humanity. So these people, like, they think they're getting away with stuff, but they don't realise that they're going to get done with that. Whether spiritual or earthly court, it's crimes against humanity. They have been doing bad things against us humans. And you can think that I'm mad. I don't care. But I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know 100% that it's the truth. And I know 100% that it's going to be rectified. And that these beings don't have a leg to stand on. And whilst people think that they're talking to a human being, some of these beings have sold their soul and there's just an entity in them. And I'm sure people are finding out just how unstable some people are, just how evil some people are, and they got in bed with the wrong people. I'm sure they're finding that out now. So those are the people. That's what medical records are for, holding account. Yeah, but they're also there so they can manipulate you. But hey, trusted, what's up? The sun's up. Where you are, but not here. It's gone down here. It's too late. I've already done it. I can't take it back now. That'd be an Indian giver. Not, there's anything about that, but I have never accepted. I learned a long time ago, you will reap what you sow. I have planted seeds. Cool. And I hope they're good seeds. And that's the best that we can do. We can plant good seeds and good comes from it. And the worst that we can do is plant bad seeds and nothing comes from it. It's just a waste. It's just an absolute waste. So the world has to change and is changing. As you all know, you've all seen the news. You all know these people are being called out. You all know the bad things that they've done. And there are some worse things, still to be outed. And there are some people still to be outed. Good people that people think, but they're not good people. There's a couple that, is going to face some harsh karma. Maybe even a pregnant person, but it is what it is. And, I'm past. I don't worry about it. It's not my burden to carry, which is what God says. Like, if you have any burdens, give them to him. So I'll give everything to God. And that's who these people are fighting. The Illuminati, or whatever you call them, the covens, the elites, the whatever it is, Masons, don't care. Pope, the church. They're not fighting another human being. They're fighting God. And they don't seem to understand that. whatever power that a human being has on earth, it came from God, source, whatever you want to call it. Flipping creator, universe, lots of different names are given. Not the same sort of source that K-Pro and them have. Not that source. Not that source. But they managed to do a lot of bad things by being manipulative and hiding the sin that they had and putting it onto others. And that stopped. So that's not going to happen anymore. So now there's nowhere for them to hide because the light is here. The light is on earth. And what was done in the dark comes to the light. So the light, and I'll say I'm the light. Or I'm one of those lights. I'm the torch that Forrest said you needed. And I'm shining a light in the darkness. And I want there to be no darkness. Okay, let me just clarify that. I want there to be no evil. There's a difference between dark and evil. I want there to be no evil. As humans or souls, however you want to look at it, don't care. We're here to learn. You can't learn. You can't be dark and light. You can't learn about the dark without doing dark things. But you don't have to do evil things. And you can do dark things. You can do dark things. It doesn't make you evil. But you can't stay doing dark things forever and ever and ever. So maybe, just as an example, you're on a diet and you shouldn't have, whatever it is, the chocolates or whatever. And for a week you have chocolates. For a week you have chocolates because you want chocolates. And then you carry on, not eating chocolates. No one's going to judge you for that. Or they shouldn't judge you for that. They should just let you do what you want to do and live your life going forward the way you want to live it. That's it. Doesn't matter what darkness you did. Doesn't matter. Because they have their own darkness. They were having sugar in their tea. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. We all have a little bit of darkness and we all do dark things. And it's nobody's business but your own. Or the person who wants you to do those dark things with them. Who wants to eat chocolates with you. Or who wants to have sugar in their tea with you. Just that. You live and learn and you don't judge. And I don't judge and I don't forgive. Because if I don't judge, how can I forgive you? If you want me to forgive you, you want me to say that what you did was a certain way and it needs forgiveness. No, I don't care what you did. You care what you did. You care what you did. You forgive yourself or you ask God for forgiveness and that's your way forward. Because whilst I don't forgive you, you have to live with that. And if you can live with that, I don't care. I don't care. If you don't care, I don't care. Great, we carry on. But at some point, you will be judged. Now, you can either forgive yourself and start doing the right thing, or you can say, I don't care if he doesn't care. And then God will judge you, and then you will care. You will care. That's just the way that it is. You will care. And you will want help. Whether it be from me or from the victim that, whatever, you will want help. You will think you want forgiveness. You will do all of these things or ask all of these questions or go to all of these people or try to get rid of the shame or the guilt or whatever it is. But the only way you can do that is by facing it. That's it. See, I don't care. People think that I should be angry. Listen. All of those people that did bad things to people, if those people were spiritual and understand the source, power, universe, God, whatever, they know that those things make them stronger. So basically, the bad people, the Evil people are like the coaches. They train you to be a certain way, and it makes you better so you can have the gold medal. That's their job. That's like the twin flame soulmate, the person you're supposed to meet to make you a certain way. That's their job, to have that catalyst that Forrest was talking about, to get you to whatever point you've got to get to. Great, thank you. You did a good job. You made me cry, you made me angry, you made me do all of them things that I'm supposed to do. You made me question my being, you made me think about, my life, about whether I should be here, about, how good I am, whether I was worthy, all of those things. You made all of those things happen in my head. Thank you. And now, because you did that, thank you. I love those things, like I've said before, I love that. Because you've done that, I'm where I am, and you're where you are. So why should I be angry? I don't need to be angry. Judgment has been called. The tables are turning. Things are better for me than for some of you. Why should I be angry? You created the mess you're in, and you created the place that I'm in. Why should I be angry? Admittedly, at the time, yeah. But if you have patience, if you have understanding, you can get past it. But first, know thyself. Know where the problem is, know what the issues are, and who created them. I told you ages ago, I'm the mirror. I'm the mirror. That's why I'm here. I'm the mirror. Everything that you see, think, and feel is you. It's not me. It's you. If there's good in you, when you hear me talking, it's you talking. And if there's bad in you, if you hear me talking, there's bad in you. And if you don't agree with what I'm saying, it's because you don't like who you are. You know inside you there is something that needs addressing. It's not me. You're not hearing me. You're not seeing me. Your mind is totally fixed on whatever's hidden that you don't want to see in the mirror. That's just the way that it is. So I will go out into the world and people will either love me or hate me. I don't care. Because I'm meeting someone who's a good person and I'm meeting someone who's a bad person. And that person is going to think I'm a bad person because they're a bad person. And in some way, shape or form, because I know that they're a bad person, I will point them out to the fact that they are a bad person and they may or may not change to be a good person. Because I will tell them the truth. And at some point, they will go, oh shit, he was fucking right. And that's how it works. You will either hate me, love me. I would prefer that you love me. I would prefer that everybody loves everybody. But if you can't love everybody, if you don't want to love everybody, then just don't hate anyone. Because if you're hating, it's you. It's you. You hate you. There's something inside you that you don't like. And you're taking it on the person that has that something that you do like. Like, why can't I be like that? Why I can't be rich? Why can't I be famous? Why can't I have a nice car like that? Why can't I have a nice girl or man like that? Why can't I have this, that, and the other that that person's got? Why can't I look like that? Why can't I speak like that? Why can't I behave like that? It's all inside you. And when you see something that you want, because you're greedy or narcissist or whatever those terms are that you want to use, it comes out. And you start hating and you start projecting. But when you project, I'm only a mirror. It's not going to affect me. It's just going to bounce off me and go back to you. That's it. And I'm not going to be offended or hurt or whatever it is that you want me to feel, because I'm only a mirror. I know who I am. I don't care what you think. It's nice to have people say nice things about you. It's not nice to have people say horrible things about you, but they're not saying it about me. They're saying it because of them. A beautiful soul will never say anything bad towards me, ever. Unless it's to help me elevate, be a better person. And they will say it in such a way that I will understand that, hang on a minute, there's something wrong with what I'm doing. If I was all lovey-dovey, nicey-nicey, take anybody notice of me? And you didn't. You absolutely didn't. When I was your friend, me thinking that I was your friend, you didn't. You don't like me. I know you don't like me. You don't like me. But when I thought that I was your friend and I was nice, you were nice back, pretending to be my friend. But when I made it clear that I don't care whether you're my friend or not, because you're not very nice people, I'm not saying that to everybody, I'm just saying those people know who they are, then your attitude towards me changed. You didn't have to pretend that you were my friend anymore. And I don't care. I told you from the very beginning, I haven't done this for likes, haven't done this for, subscribers. I've done this to help people realize there is a soul to the forest fan chase. There was a chest. There is another treasure. That's the truth of it. Something went wrong. That's the truth of it. Some evil people came along and wanted something that wasn't theirs. And they took it, thinking that they were going to get away with it. And because they got away with it, they took more, and they took more, and they took more. And they wanted more. The treasure. Not the chest treasure. The treasure. The abundance. God's abundance. For God's chosen to change this world from the matrix to the new earth. That's what they were trying to steal. That's what they still want. And God said, hell no. You ain't having that. Hell no. So, it seems it was supposed to be over my dead body, only it wasn't. It seemed that they had to win no matter what, only they didn't. Because they played, I don't know how old you people are, all of you. I know some of you are. Not old, but old enough to know this. Remember that game? The little white ball, the two paddles. Remember that game? That's the game they're playing. And I'm playing on the PS5 or whatever the next one is. Actually, probably the PS10, the way that I'm playing, or the way that we're playing. And they think, because they're really good at this game, and they play it really quickly, that they're really good, that they're all powerful, that they're smart. But they aren't. They just aren't. Because if they were, they would have stopped ages ago. Because they would have known that they'd already lost. That it's not this game anymore. It's not that game anymore. And you don't even know how to play this game. You think you do. And you went all around the world to 12 different places, maybe even more now. One of them being New Orleans, Australia, You went all around the world to, well, probably 50 people now, to find out what you could, to do what you could, to get the best players. You got the best players that could do that, and they all lost. Crazy. It's like, just stop a minute. Just stop a minute. It's not that game. You were told it's not that game, and you still carried on playing the same game. Oh, yeah, but they're the best. They're the best. They've been around for thousands of years, and they know all of these things, and they've had so many lifetimes, and they've got this, that, and that behind them, and they can do this and that and the other. Doesn't matter, does it? It's not the same game. The best thing to do, or depending, how old your technology is turn off the game. You're not in control anymore. Not your game. You don't know how to play it. You were told months ago, well, it's probably months now, if not at least a month, you were told that it's not your game anymore. And I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. This world is going to change. God is going to show you that he exists. It's that simple. Just imagine, just for a minute, if you can, because that was part of the thrill of the chase. Imagine is more important than logic. Imagination is more important than knowledge, because the knowledge you have is fucking BS. But just imagine, just for a little while, just imagine 2,000 years ago, Nazareth, wherever it was, the Garden of Gethsemane, whatever it is, and there you are. And there's a bloke in there and he's talking. And his name's not Jesus. I'm not saying I'm Jesus. His name's not Jesus, it's Mario. And he's talking a whole load of shit that you think is a whole load of shit. Do you think it's a whole load of shit now? I don't think so. It's written down. Whether it can be trusted or not is another matter. Remember, nothing is as it seems. But there is evidence, corroborating evidence, from the people of the time. This person existed. He was crucified. He did rise from the dead. Do you know how I can believe that? Apart from the Turin Shroud, whatever. Do you know how I can believe that? Because if anybody in that time was saying that they were a witness to a man rising from the dead, they would have been killed. They would have been killed. And these people saying, yeah, I saw this man, he rose from the dead. No, you never. I did. I saw that man. Which means it must have happened, because everybody would have been scared to say, yep, he rose from the dead, I saw him. Or, yeah, I spoke to him. So I can say without a shadow of a doubt, if people are saying, people that we know about, are saying that this person rose from the dead, well, somebody rose from the dead, or somebody looking just like him was walking around that garden, or somebody just like him was making somebody walk on the water, or somebody just like him was making, loaves of bread and this, that, and the other. So there is some truth. Must be. It's based on actual people that existed at the time, that we have proof that they existed at the time. All of it, though, don't know. I certainly don't believe an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I don't believe that. That's it's like whoever wrote that, I don't know what they were thinking. It's like He's only just said, turn the other cheek. How do you go from turning the other cheek to an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, foot for a foot? How can you join those two together? Like, at what point is it turn the other cheek or eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth? Excuse me. So at some point you have to go, hang on a minute. I'm not sure about what I'm being told here. So when I look at that, the Bible, not that I read the Bible a lot, or hardly ever read it once, you know, it was a challenge, like read so much a day, and then you can read the whole Bible. So I did that. Armchair challenge it was, or something like that. Can't remember what it's called, but I read it anyway. And I've come to the conclusion that, hang on a minute, there's a load of stuff missing. Excuse me. There's a load of stuff missing from it. So that can't be right. And then I find about Anunnaki, Sumerians, blah, 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 blah. Sanskrit, doodah, this, that, and the other. What? Well, that wasn't mentioned. And then I find out there's, as you've seen on the caption screen at the front, there's missing books. Well, hang on a minute, you wrote the Bible. Whoever wrote it, you know, didn't sign the name or nothing or say it was me. Whoever wrote it missed out important books from important people. And what we were told about Mary isn't true. And Enoch actually went to heaven without dying, along with two other people. Can't remember. Isaiah or whatever his name was. Can't remember. Isaac, whatever it is. Without even dying. But whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Just stop right there. Just stop right there. Someone as important as Moses, well, he could die and go to heaven or wherever he went. And we have someone else who's not important, Enoch, who wrote a book, who went to heaven without dying. And his book's not important enough to be in the Bible, but Moses is. What? That's crazy. God appreciated this person so much, this Enoch bloke. He appreciated him so much, he took him from this earth and he didn't have to die. He didn't have to die. He got to go to heaven without dying, along with two other blokes, one with an M. I can't remember. But it's like, that's crazy. And you don't even have his book in the Bible. And Mary, you don't have that in there either. Like, probably, I don't know, I wasn't there. I wasn't one of those disciples. I might have been in a different life, but Mary, probably the closest person to Jesus, that's not in the Bible either. Hang on, there seems to be a trend going on here. Anybody with any information that contradicts the truth doesn't come in the Bible. Thomas, Nat, and there, you know, there's quite a few others. So what? And then you get the Ethiopian Bible. What? That must be one that these people missed when they went around the world, destroying everything, killing everyone, and said, no, this is where you got to live now. Don't do that truth stuff. You've got to live like this. This is what you have to believe. This BS that we've just rewritten. Forget what it says there. Just, there you go. Believe this. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, I'm going to go because it's supposed to be quick. All of that stuff. But our conquerors, you know who you are, don't you? Our conquerors, thousands of years ago, wanted to change and make us their slaves. Atrocities, that's the word I was looking for. atrocities, crimes against humanity. Not even just humanity, the animals too. All this sacrificing stuff. Those people that changed our evolution, our way of life, our understanding of God, source, universe, whatever, creator, whatever. They ruined that for us because they wanted to be God on earth. They wanted to be the power. They wanted the glory. They wanted to have the avarice and the greed and all the nice things, but they needed people to work for them. So they changed the whole script. Not the whole script. They altered the script in such a way to put fear among the lowly, such as I. But I ain't afraid. Because I don't live in your world. You live in mine. And my world doesn't tolerate you. Not because I hate you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I do hate the things that you've done. I hate them with a vengeance. Enter the most powerful being. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. What they put into the world, they will experience. So, all this shit that you put into the world made people suffer. Seems you're going to find out what it feels like. Shouldn't have done it. And when you were told to stop, you should have stopped. Now, I know you're not going to stop. I know that because it's written. But you should have stopped. And now you can't be helped. You can't be helped. I've just told you. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Can't argue with Dad. I tried to warn you. I tried to stop you. I tried to save as many people as I could from what was coming because I knew what was coming. Not just me. All of us. It's already written. It's already spoken. We've already heard it. My first video said I didn't want God to send another flood or, something out of the sky and blow us all up, whatever it is that he was going to do. So, has to do it surgically. Has to be a surgeon. Oh, find the doctor, find the treasure. How's it going, doctor? Not good, is it? Never mind. Maybe in your next life. I doubt it though. So, all along, I came on this YouTube to tell people there's a better way. And that way is the truth. Because, as you all know, the truth will set you free. Or, truth! You can't handle the truth. One of those. one of those. I'm pretty certain that the truth will set us free. And the truth starts with you. Be true to yourself. Love thyself. Find those shadows within you. Bring in the light. If you don't know how, ask. If you want forgiveness, don't look to the people on earth. Excuse me, confirmation. Whilst you might feel better because somebody on earth forgives you, it won't save you. That's just your ego. Your ego is happy because somebody says, I forgive you. But that won't help your soul. Within a few weeks, whatever you did, you'll do again. Because your ego won't give a shit. So if you want to go through the dark night of the soul, I can assure you, it ain't fucking nice. And it's not just one night. It's never ending, depending on what your soul is trying to come to terms with. Those things that you did. And I can assure you, cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you. It's not very nice. When you look at yourself in the cold light of day, and when you look in the mirror and you do see you, there's nobody else to blame but yourself. And there's nowhere to hide. And it's relentless. You don't just get to think of one thing and it's over, and then you can go a few hours and then everything's hunky-dory. You think you're over it, like you think you've done what you needed to do, and then a memory comes up from your childhood or 6 months ago or whatever, and it's like, oh shit. And then you have to go through that one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. And the things that you did and the things that were done to you that you put to the back of your mind and try to forget. You have to come to terms with them. And that's how you end up balanced. Light and dark. Male, masculine, feminine. Yin yang. And if you have a powerful light, you have a powerful dark or light. No, light, dark. Or some people thought I was dark. Maybe I was. Maybe I still am. Maybe my darkness is stronger than my light. If I tap into it, yeah, I'd say it was. Has to be. Because see, I will never ever be Jesus. I will never ever be a saint. I haven't got it in me. I can do nice things. I can think nice things. I can be nice. Can I be nice? 24/7, 365 throughout my entire life? I don't think I can. Could I be dark? No, not 24/7, 365. But I can be dark. Now, this is important. Listen very carefully. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to be in the dark. Like if I had to choose for the simplest of lives, it's a lot easier to be in the dark without a care in the world about being judged or hurting anyone else. It's a lot easier to do that than it is to stay in the light, goody two shoes, doing all of those things, following all of those rules. So I do neither. I walk that grey line knowing that I can do nice things, and I can do bad things. And I can always come back. But I also know when push comes to shove, you want me to go to the dark side, be Anakin, I can do that. I can do that. But I will do it knowing it's because there are people in the light that are going to benefit. So I have no hesitation, as some people have found out, to do those things that maybe you wouldn't expect from Jesus. Then Jesus had to go to the cross. I wonder if he holds a grudge. That's got to hurt, innit? Being stuck up there for so long. For us, for the sins of the world. Only to find out that the world's been corrupted. Man, that's got to hurt. I don't know. I don't judge people. But that has got to hurt, innit? Because it was all planned, apparently. It was all planned. So could you just accept that? Die for the sins of the earth, all of us, and then find out that those people that you died for weren't really the sinners. That other people were sinning and blaming those people you died for. I don't know. It's a tough one. I think about it, I try and be fair. Literally balanced. I try and be fair. I try and work out what the truth is, what the truth isn't, how it should play out, how it shouldn't play out. I go through all of that, and then I think, well, hang on a minute. If somebody sacrificed me in order that the world would be cleansed of sin, and all the while there was a selfish group of people whose only intention was to leave sin on this world. See, to me, that seems a waste, doesn't it? Like, I don't know. It didn't work. We were never cleansed. Some people had an agenda that kept sin here forever. Until it isn't. So, hey, MJ, how you doing? That's what. What up? What up? Hello, I'm just inside for a few minutes to get out. Oh, you've probably gone then. I'm in the middle of I thought you were going to say ascending then. Metal raised garden sheds. Trusted, be careful outside. This heat is brutal. Wow, is it that hot over there? It's not. Oh, you can see I'm wearing a top. It ain't that hot here. Well, it doesn't actually get hot like you get hot. Like over here, they say like, oh, 30 degrees, heat wave. Whoa, it's going to be really, really bad. And then over there, like 40 degrees or whatever. It's like, oh, no, not quite the same. I haven't looked at current temperature. I'm just going to put her forward. I have 3 to assemble with 1. Oh, well, good luck. I hope you succeed in all that you do. I hope you have shade. Oh, that's okay. Tie broadly to the back of his head. Or wear one of those Lawrence Arabia flipping things on with the tail at the back. Wave back to MJ. So, again, it's weird and wonderful. They always are, but has to be done. That's just information that, excuse me, that gets out, even if only one person, that needs to hear it, not see it. You don't need to see me, but to hear it, then that's fine. Because it's the right person, which is how God works. You chuck stuff on YouTube, you have the algorithm, and then God will make sure that the algorithm sets it up in such a way that, boom, whoever's supposed to see it, confirmation, is going to see it. That's just the way that it works. So whoever needs to see it will see it, and then they will either share it or pass it on or talk about it. Because mine videos are long, so I know that I don't. When I see a video that's an hour or whatever, I go, nah, not watching that. So my videos aren't meant to find a massive audience. They're meant to find certain people who have been asking certain questions. Then those questions will be answered by my videos, even if you people don't understand them. The person that is supposed to see it, that mum and dad want to see it, will see it. And any questions they have will be answered in the videos that I do, including stop studying the chosen, stop using the surveillance, stop using directed energy, those sort of things. Stop it. Now, you can stop it because it's the right thing to do, or you can stop it because you don't want thousands of court cases infringing on people's privacy. They're no threat to you unless you are a threat to them. I don't mean this for governments and things around the world. I mean it to people. Certain people who are using government resources for their private gain. Admittedly, some governments are around the world doing things, but they already know that God is talking to them in certain ways. They know that things are happening to their equipment. They know that their secrets aren't secret. Whatever encryption they think they have, or whatever locks they've put in place, or triggers, or whatever. There is nothing on this earth that isn't known. Nothing. Literally nothing. There is nothing on this earth that isn't known. This earth has been here for billions of years. Billions of years. And our history goes back thousands of years. Hang on. There were civilizations before us, and our history only goes back thousands of years. It's taken us 6,000 years to get to this technology that we have now. Probably more. 10,000. I don't know how far back it goes. I don't know. Don't care. But it's taken us a long time to get to where we are now with our technology. And we can't do some of the stuff that's already been done. I've said before, those people that built the pyramids, whether it be sound or whatever it is, however they move things around or did what they didn't do it in the way that we were told that they did it. Which means nothing is as it seems, which means it's bullshit. Why is it bullshit? They know you cannot dig out 30 ton of flipping limestone or whatever it is. Even if you had, like, there wasn't any metal, but if you had a chisel, you couldn't dig out limestone and pull it out of the ground because you couldn't get underneath to dig it out. The only way it would remotely be possible is if it was about, I don't know, that thick. And this is the rock face wall of the limestone, and this will be one of the things that you want to put, and that's the front of it. So you can dig down at the back. You've already got the front open. Dig down at the back, a couple of inches, and then go in a couple of inches, and then miraculously, don't know how you do it because they didn't have no hooks or anything. Put some sort of hook in it so you can get some rope on it and pull it away. That's in the best case scenario. It's an open face. You dig in a few inches. You dig down at the back a few inches. That way you've got your piece. But now you have to find a way of getting the rope under it or whatever it is or in it and then pull it off. And it's only so big because you can only dig down so far and you can only dig in so far. It's only this big. It's not. So they didn't cut it. They didn't cut it. They didn't cut it and they didn't move it. Didn't happen. So all of these oxen, all of these men, whatever it is that they said that helped move these things, it didn't happen because they never even managed to dig it out. They didn't dig it out, which means there was a different technology, better than our technology, better than ours, because this technology, not only did it cut it, but it made it so precise you couldn't fit anything in it. Just explosions, and just like, one of these stone walls that you see that Forrest was leaning against. It wasn't like that. So if people are lying about those sort of things, even the Sphinx that isn't breaking all the noses off the statues so you couldn't tell that they weren't, of a certain race. It's like, why are these people going to so much effort to tell us a whole load of lies? Today, even today, the bullshit that they were telling then, admittedly, it didn't go around the world via TV. It probably didn't go around the world via TV. But the fake news then is exactly the same now. Exactly the same now. Only then they would kill people. To make sure that the news didn't get out. And I still suggest you go and watch The Great Pyramid 2017 or 2019, because 2017 is French. Watch it. You might learn something about how clever the Egyptians were. And how they were threatened to shut the F up and don't talk about God's ratio, Fibonacci sequence, whatever it's called, the blah, 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 whatever, the golden rule, whatever it is. The 1 drop of water is a centimetre, the meter, the blah, 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 whatever it is, all these things. Forgotten half of it now already. How everything was perfectly aligned in the pyramid, how nature is all math, numbers, whatever, doesn't matter. But that's how clever they were. That's how clever they were thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago. And then we invented the bow and arrow. What? And we had the wheel. And we took thousands of years before we had steam and electric. And within 100 years, we got all of this stuff. Make that make sense? Before, we could build pyramids all over the world, not just in Egypt. There are pyramids all over the world. There are structures all over the world that beg belief. How did that get the Easter Island bloody heads and all sorts of things? Getting confirmation on my phone. All these things that were happening. And we're going around on bloody wooden wheels and a flipping, what's her name? No way. These people are travelling all over the world. And we think they didn't, but they must have done. And they're creating all of these amazing monuments. And we can't do it now. And whilst they could do all of those things then, we went through a period where we were riding around on a chariot with 2 wheels, an oxen or a blooming horse for thousands of years. A couple of stagecoaches, a few more horses. And these people built pyramids with some sort of technology. And Atlantis disappeared. And Lemuria Lemuria. Ooh, forgot about that. These things disappeared. They talk about, having a war and flying machines and all sorts of things. And we went back to, yeehaw, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Come on. It's like, and we believed it. Well, I believed it. I never bothered to question it when I was at school. And then as I got older and got into the chase, I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on? What's going on? So, Maybe not interesting to you, but it's the truth. It is what it is. We've been lied to for thousands of years. There is a ruling entities that are over us, committing crimes against humanity, many atrocities, have a anti-human agenda, and it has to stop. And like I said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So we're at that time where he's gone, okay, I hear you. So I suggest anyone that has a anti-human agenda, swap sides very quickly and mean it. All those that are helping in that regard, stand down very quickly. Anyone that knows needs to speak up. Not that, don't get it fooled, not that anything needs to be known, it's already known. You don't need to speak up for that. We don't need to know what you think we need to know because it's already known. It's just nice if you do, you see. You get bonus points or whatever it's called, however karma works. It helps you. It doesn't help the greater good. The greater good's already sorted. It's going to happen the way that it's supposed to. It's going to happen the way that it's supposed to. It's either going to happen with more people in the light or it's going to happen with less people in the light. That's up to you. That's your free will. That's your choice. More people in the light, less people in the light. And I can't help you. I already said, I tried to, did my best, and I'm at the point, I know I can't save everyone. I know I can't. When I say I, remember, we, there's loads of us. Can't save everyone. Can't do it. Because not everyone wants to get on board, not everyone wants to believe in God, etc., etc., etc. So, accepted the fact, can't save everyone, don't care. Not going to cry about it anymore, not going to worry about it anymore. It is what it is. Those people that are homeless have to be homeless because God said that's their lesson. They need to learn. I made them that way. That's how they have to learn. So that's what they have to go through. It's up to them how they get out of it, not up to me or anyone else to help them. So I accept everyone can't be helped, but the information is out there. Other people will say similar or the same sort of information, and people will know the warning that God gives. Remember, he gives warnings before things happen. People will know they have a choice. It's called free will. They can live in the dark or they can live in the light. They can stay in the matrix or they can stay in the matrix. So basically, confirmation, the matrix is going to exist, has to exist. That's how we live. It's just not going to be ruled by evil people. Wow, so much energy. So it's not that the matrix doesn't exist, it's that the matrix is run the way that it's supposed to run. Not just for Earth. Everything. Anywhere, sounds like one of them superhero things. Anywhere that there's evil, whichever realm, whichever universe, whichever reality, anywhere, the hand of God is going to reach down and correct it. It will be a correct solve to everything that's going on. It will be the only solve to everything that's going on. So all of the nothing as it seems, that will stop. You won't have to think twice. You have to try and work it out. Whatever you're hearing will be the truth. It will be the only thing that you need to hear. Because, listen, remember I said, those who do not speak the truth will fail. So going forward, if you are not in alignment, doing the right things, walking the right line, wherever that line is, in the dark, in the light, whatever it is that you're going to do, if you're not being true to you and true to other people, working out in your highest good, making you the best person that you can be, if you're not doing that, no one else is going to judge you. Well, they shouldn't judge you. God will judge you. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you don't do anything else, the Book of Jubilees, the 10 Secrets, find it on YouTube or wherever you find it. Listen to the 10 Secrets. If you don't do anything else, if you don't do Mary, if you don't do Lilith, if you don't do Isis or GAIA or Thomas, Thomas, Mary, Thomas, Enoch, whatever. If you don't look into what you already know, that you think you know. Look into the stuff that you don't know. And then wonder why you haven't looked in, or you haven't been told that stuff. That important stuff. Like from Enoch, the person that went to heaven without dying. Or the other person that went to heaven without dying. Or that Methuselah bloke who went to heaven without dying. Or came onto the earth and nobody knew how he got here. And disappeared and nobody knew how he disappeared. A bit like that Trudeau time traveller bloke. Came in, put him in a room, said he came from a different time, in a different place. There's a different sort of earth, different reality. Put him in a room, went to get him, he was gone. And they're saying that, it really existed. So happy days. So if you do nothing else, look into the Book of Jubilees, the 10 Secrets, the Book of Jubilees, 10 Secrets. And then wonder why we live in this BS. And remember, the thrill of the chase is a condensed version of how we live our life. Nothing is as it seems. The stuff that you've heard, read, seen in the thrill of the chase, not quite correct. Not quite true. Some half-truths, some you don't have to say all of the truth, or whatever, however far I said it. So the truth is there if you look, closely enough. But all you needed was a poem. Well, I haven't talked about a poem much. I might start doing that again. But all you needed was a poem. Seriously, the poem is all you needed. There's a chest solve and a trove solve. And then there's everybody else's solve that I talked about, which is, same as life. You each have a journey that you can undertake, and you can do it in any way that you want. They're your thoughts, your ideas. You can create whatever ending you want to your life. If you want, you can create that. You have the ability, using your imagination, to set yourself a path and get to wherever you want to get to. Don't know where you're going, just going to hurry up and wait. Divine timing. God brings into your life what you need. You bring into your life what you want. Stop bringing in what you want. Let God give you what you need. Because what you want may not be the right thing, as you're finding out. What you wanted for yourself has left you in shit street. What you needed was to trust a higher power to give you those things. We went from that, the higher power, to the matrix, because people didn't want to wait for God. They wanted it all for themselves. And they didn't care what they did to get it. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for popping in. I really suggest that you find out about Mary, the dragon, bloodline, blah, blah, the Jubilees. Enoch, all the other stuff. Ciao for now. Take care.